Does life suck right now? Are you having a difficult time? Are you stressed? Are you wondering if you made the right choices in life to get you to where you're at now? Do you feel like there's kind of no way out? Do you feel like things are like up and down, kind of like the stock market right now? We're in a very turbulent time, spiritually, physically, politically, economically. Things are changing in the world at such a rapid pace. Sometimes we just want to click on the news or click on something that's something that we can understand, right? Maybe we can, like a lot of other news channels, we can latch onto the immigration issue. We can latch onto some other issue and put our energy towards something that is outside of ourselves, because our own lives feel like we're almost out of control in our own lives with a lot of things. And there's a lot of things that are out of control, but that's okay. Welcome to the Awakened Pineal Network. My name is Austin Zest. We're going to start the news off here, but first we're going to do a quick breath work and meditation so that you, being stressed right now with everything that's going on, can kind of tap in. Don't run away from yourself in these moments. These are actually the moments to go within, because you have so much power within you, you forgot, and that's okay. Most of us did. So let's just do a quick breath work. You're just going to breathe in through your nose and let go. Okay, breathe in, let go. Okay, and then we're going to do 20 breaths. You can do breathing in through your nose or out through the mouth, either way, but totally relax. And you're going to go kind of like breathing in through your stomach and let go. That actually produces DMT. Don't get scared if you're not into, psychedelics and all that stuff. DMT is like natural. It's natural within you anyway. So you're just going to produce a little bit to kind of tap in, and actually it has a very relaxing effect in your whole body. So go ahead and follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Okay, you should feel your whole body tapping in and vibrating a little bit. That's good. All right, keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 3 more, 17, 18, 19, last one, and let go. All right, now close your eyes and completely relax your whole entire body. And try to become nothing right now. Try to detach yourself from any worry that's actually happening in the world. And try to visualize right now, what do you want? What do you even want in your life? Because if you don't know what you want, you're not going to get it. You're going to keep creating the same patterns in the same situation. You keep watching the news and stuff, and it's going to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You're going to keep creating the same outcome. That's how powerful you actually are. All of us are, really. So what do you want? What do you actually want in life? Can you visualize that? Or can you at least ask yourself that question right now? What do I want? And maybe an image will come up. Maybe it's like, sitting around in your new place somewhere out in the country or in another country with your family, smiling, peace, serenity, relaxation, financial abundance, confidence. Or maybe it's just something as simple as, hey, you're just looking for your spouse, your significant other, and then going from there. Whatever it is. Or the new house, the new car, or maybe it's none of that stuff. Maybe it's just you already have all that stuff, and maybe it's just emotional support, emotional control. Maybe you have all the wealth that you have that you could ever dream of, but yet you're emotionally unstable and you can't connect with people. So maybe it's just something like that. So figure out what you want and hold on to that. Hold on to that image right now, and then let it go and realize that there's an amazing creator out there who wants this for you. You just got to actually know what you want. Knock on the door and the door will be open. Seek and you will find. It's that simple. But first, you got to know what you want to do. Anyway, welcome to the Awakened News Network. We're going to get into some things today. So this is a topic that I'm incredibly passionate about because it is one of the main reasons why I actually left the United States. A lot of people might think that's silly or ridiculous or what, but this issue, geoengineering or chemicals in the sky, I don't know if the word is going to trigger the algorithm or whatever, but yeah, I mean, these lines in the sky, we'll just call them these lines in the sky, are not normal. And I think people now, it's becoming mainstream. And I'm so happy to see that this is actually happening. And a lot of people called me crazy. A lot of people did not want to see that this was actually going on. Because who does? You don't, at least the Coca-Cola and the chemicals and stuff in our food, we can control that, right? You don't have to eat them necessarily, although it is hard to escape them 100%. However, these lines in the sky you can't escape them hardly. They're spraying them out in the country, in the cities, everywhere, and you don't really know why, and you probably know something's wrong. Most people don't look up, though. Most people they have us down like this, looking down at our phones all day. So anyway, just want to get into the legislation this is actually going on, public awareness. So geoengineering, deliberate intervention in the Earth's climate system. This is what they're saying it is, right? They're saying that it's to help combat climate. Well, who knows, right? Because the CIA and stuff, they've been known to be doing some crazy stuff, MK Ultra and like all these crazy experiments. Even in the 50s, they did experiments over San Francisco where they sprayed like a virus to see if people would get sick, and they actually got sick. So that's a whole nother thing. But I'm so happy that at least this is starting to come out into the public eye a bit, which is very good. We need to shine a serious light on this subject. And so Senate Bill 56, Florida state approved, introduced by Senator Elena Garcia. The bill prohibits the injection, release, or dispersion of chemicals into the atmosphere aimed at affecting climate patterns. So looks like they're trying to block this, I guess. So Governor DeSantis actually talked about this in public, which is amazing, incredible. I mean, he has kids. He doesn't want his kids growing up in this, and who knows what you're inhaling. Like, this is not normal. It's not right. Okay, so Governor DeSantis expressed support for this bill, emphasizing opposition to geoengineering practices. He criticized the House version for potentially legitimizing such activities. We're not playing that game in Florida. Well, this is probably something way above any government, because I feel like even if they outlaw it and everything, it's like there's something else going on, because I do believe this is not only going on in the United States, it is going on in like Russia, China, Europe, big time. Maybe even Australia. Why it's happening like in those countries, I don't know. Is it a warfare? Is it like all this other stuff that people say? Who knows, right? I can tell you this, though. When I moved to South America, I barely ever saw them. Look at these cities in South America, right? Like you see big, clean skies, and there's planes flying over them. You just don't see them laying these weird lines. I've only seen it like a handful of times, very few times, and not like what we see up there where it's just covered in lines. I've seen it when they were doing protests when I was down in Quito, Ecuador, which there was a huge nationwide protest, and I saw them spray one line through the city. Maybe that was like a calming effect to help calm the people. I don't know. Maybe they put Valium in it to make everybody go to sleep. I don't know what that was, but it's not like it was, all the time they were doing it. I've seen it a few times, like in Lima, just so small, it's not even funny. So I just want to let people know that if you don't believe me, look at these skies in South America. Maybe they do it to some degree, but definitely not in the same. Like even the small towns in South America, they don't do it. But in the United States, it's like everywhere. It's like this: small town, big town. You see this, and then maybe you don't see them for a couple of days. There's a few people protesting like that. That's great. Some people, under an ionized sky. Some people say that they're trying to ionize the atmosphere to I don't know, to control it. There's probably multiple different experiments going on here. So at least look at this. Yeah, why RFK is watching the sky. So at least he's on it. Not everything about the government is perfect. They're controlled by a certain group. I won't say exactly what country that's controlled by, but who knows? you got to do what you got to do, right? In order to get into power and stuff. I'm not saying do terrible stuff, but at least these guys are fighting something. At least they're standing up to something. At least people are talking about it. So this is what excites me. So The Guardian, right? Chemtrail conspiracy there. Why RFK Jr. is watching this, guys? Who knows what they're going to say about it? Of course, they're going to probably try to talk it ridiculous. So state legislation to ban what some lawmakers call chemtrails has been pushed forward in Tennessee. So this was a little while back, I think last year, and now more recently in Florida. So meanwhile, Robert Kennedy has expressed interest in the conspiracy theory. So they still call it a conspiracy theory, which that is a conspiracy within itself. The CIA invented the word, I think, like probably after 9/11 and stuff, to make people seem like they're crazy, right? Yeah. So anyway, I mean, we're going to stop this crime. So he said that in there. I don't know how much power that they have, other than we as people need to actually push back a lot more. Even though we're very distracted by economy and all these other things, we're trying to make ends meet. And people who probably are successful and probably do have their things together, they don't want to think about something like this. But you should. if you should start thinking about this, because you have children. And do you really trust our governments and whoever else, private companies and stuff, like, to be spraying something positive, or like this is nothing to worry about? This is very much something to worry about. And I swear, when I was working, they would spray right above my job site. I was working outside construction, snapping chalk lines, breathing that stuff in, but that's another thing. And then I would feel my lungs burning. I'd feel like they were on fire towards the end of the day. And they would spray like this, crisscrosses right over the sky. It's all over the place. So this is not normal. It's all over the country. Does it happen here? Yeah, this is another thing. This is Lana Del Rey. So she calls one of her albums "Chemtrails Over the Country Club." That was interesting. So it's kind of like reaching mainstream now. I know she's like super famous. So look at that. She got a pentagram in the sky there. So she gets it. Whoever did that, like, she gets it. There's something just crazy going on. And I've seen these types of things. I've seen weird shapes, and they're like, that's not normal. That's not right. And that stuff's falling down upon the people. So anyway, I don't want to be like a downer and stuff. I just want to let people know that there is people who are fighting against this, and it's okay to start talking about it. And the more people that start talking about it, the more people that push back, at least it's like bringing a light to it. Talk to your friends about it. Talk to your family. Like, look, if you see these lines in the sky, like, hey, that's not normal, here's why. And this is geoengineering. At least it's mainstream. They're calling it geoengineering, but, there's probably multiple experiments that we'll see, in years' time, right? But we don't know how dangerous this actually is. We don't know how much it actually is affecting our health. It probably is at least affecting our mental health, and at worst affecting our physical health to a large degree. So I just think, hey, if this video is a little bit uncomfortable, that's why we did that meditation at the beginning, to try to relax. This is something that is, quite not totally outside of our control, because we do have power. We do have a lot more power than we think. And it is time for, human beings to wake up to this power that you have within you. And that's why I'm, creating this thing. They want to shut down your pineal gland. You have a pineal gland within you. It's not new age. It's not weird. It's like, this is a signal. It's a signal to something, to deeper intelligence, to higher intelligence. You ask what God is and all that stuff. It's like, we can have more access to that, but we got to be in the right environment. If everything's closed down, it's just like an antenna. If the antenna's bent and clouded, you're not gonna get the right signal. So I really think it's as simple as that. And you get Nikola Tesla's of the world and stuff. They talked about this. They talked about having like a signal, an antenna. So if they're trying to block this, within us and then above us in the skies and the chemicals and everything, there's something going on. Maybe we're special. Maybe we're that powerful. Maybe there's something greater going on, and it's time for us to wake up. And maybe even the cool thing, to put this in like a positive, because I know it's very heavy and stuff, is that maybe all these things that are happening is meant to wake us up. All this darkness is it's trying to wake the good people up of this world, to kind of rattle us and shake us and realize, like, hey, we have a bit more control over this than we originally thought. So that's the exciting part. So share this video, like the video, subscribe, and hey, great to see everybody. Talk to everybody soon. Have a great